Good Friday, everybody. News day. Might be a little bit different today. I got some news, but I got some other stuff too I want to throw in there, I think. May or may not throw it in there. Everything is subject to change. Always remember that. Let me find the news. I should be prepared for this, but as you guys know, I don't proofread anything. I don't prepare anything. I just blow it off the shoulder. Take it or leave it, like it or not like it, that's up to you. But I'm just going to throw it out there. News, here it is. Now, most of this news is about a week old. I think everybody knows that. I didn't even check the newspaper today because I figured it's full of political stuff. And for some of the new subscribers out there that sends me emails about things, let me just say the two things I do not discuss. I don't respond to them on emails. I won't just respond to them in a question or something that's on my YouTube channel, and I won't respond to it on text. I even, if somebody was to ask me face to face, I just kind of dance around the question. I don't want to give any comments whatsoever because it's a no-win situation with me. I won't discuss politics in any way, and I won't discuss religion in any way. That's too personal for everybody, and I just won't get involved with it. So there's your answer about any of those questions. So let me go. Geez, did I skip the news again? It seems like I got a lot of it here. Well, let me start down here and read some of this real quick. A lot of it's the same old, same old. Villager united with Packer-themed golf cart after it disappears from parking lot. Oh yeah, she had her golf cart stolen. Apparently what happened was, wherever it was parked, she parked her golf cart to meet somebody else to go for a golf cart ride somewhere. That happens here a lot. Like she may have been meeting somebody and they were going to ride together to go play golf, let's say. And so that's what happened. Whatever, maybe a show, but whoever it was, whatever parking lot it was parked at, which I think it was like behind Ruby Tuesdays up there at Spanish Springs, somewhere like that, the person noticed this. It was there all day, I guess, and maybe part of the next day. I'm not really sure how the story goes, but it's there for a long time. Had to be there for a long time. And then apparently he called the police, said this car's been parked here forever, we don't know who it belongs to, and all this and that, and they had it towed away. That's how her golf cart disappeared, and she thought it was stolen. So she got it back. She got it back, so everything's good. Village's resident honored as Florida Senior Games Athlete of the Year. For those of you who don't know, the Senior Games in Florida is held right here in the Villages. I'm not really up on it. I don't know if it's every year, every 2 years, I don't know, but I just know that they do have them here. And when they do have the Senior Olympics here, hotel rooms are just non-existent. I mean, they're full, and full. You can't get a room. 82-year-old loses $9,000 wedding ring in restroom at hotel in the Villages. Well, you know, I'll let that one go. Villager spearheading coat drive to help underprivileged Wildwood elementary students. Villager's 40-year-old son free on bond after allegedly stealing woman's golf cart. Oh my God, 40-year-old mommy's boy has no future, no job, no mom and dad never taught him anything, and now all he knows to do is get drunk all the time and steal golf carts. I'll read a little bit, we'll see. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize, but I doubt it. A 40-year-old villager son is free on bond after allegedly stealing a golf cart. A 65-year-old Village of Silver Lake woman contacted Lady Lake Police Tuesday after her blue 2000 Yamaha golf cart went missing from her front yard. Why is it parked in the front yard to start with? Why didn't you got it in the garage or someplace? Anyway, the woman's brother-in-law that afternoon spotted the golf cart at the Shell station. at the Shell gas station on La Grande Boulevard on the historic side of the Villages. He followed the golf cart to the intersection of Jason Drive and Webb Way. That's inside. That's either I think that's Silver Lake area right there. That's the historic side of the Villages. According to arrest report from the Lady Lake Police Department, an officer arrived on the scene and was able to identify the man driving the golf cart as Keith Barnum, who lives with his mother at 720 Roseapple Avenue. Barnum claimed he purchased a golf cart from some guy for $100. You know, that always works. I bought this off of some guy. What's the guy's name? Well, I don't know the guy's name. You know, it's just all kinds of crap. Barnum was arrested on a charge of theft and booked at the Lake County Jail. He was released after posting a $2,000 bond. Odds are he never posted a dime. Mommy went down there and got her thieving son out of jail. Mommy, if you're watching this, and I don't care if I make you mad or not and you can unsubscribe and leave, I really don't care. You need to leave him there. You need to teach this boy how to be a responsible citizen and take care of himself. He was also arrested this year after a beer run at the Circle K, which he has been banned. This is the guy I think that went in and stole beer. He has previously stolen beer from the store and once groped a clerk. This is the same guy. It's just a constant problem with these people over and over and over again, and the parents just keep bailing them out. If you're one of them parents, shame on you. Get rid of that one. Whoa! I hit something. Wait a minute. Oh, I hit something again. Lady Lake woman scammed out of $5,000 by man she met online. How desperate do you have to be? 57-year-old Lady Lake woman was the victim of a scam after she sent a total of $5,000 to a man she met online. When she cut him off, he threatened to post naked pictures of her. How the hell did he get naked pictures of you? How? Did you send them to him? You're an idiot. Dump truck bed gets lodged at overpass on Interstate 75 in Sumter County. 82-year-old Water Oak woman jailed after dispute with daughter over money. So apparently there's a daughter living with another 82-year-old person. People just never learn. They just don't learn. Woman reports suspicious bank charges after ordering pizza from Domino's in Lady Lake. Pit bull impounded after biting teen, charging at Lady Lake police officer. Well, first of all, I guess my question would be is why is this dog running around with no leash on? Why is the owner not keeping control of this animal? You know, I don't know what Lady Lake rules are, but here in the Villages, I'll say that it's in all the deed restrictions as far as I know. I know people break them all the time. It says your pet, not just dog, your pet outside of your premises has to be on a leash at all times. Now, when you go to a pet, what do they call it, a dog run? Not a dog run. A running area that's fenced in for the dogs, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you turn them loose in there because they can't go nowhere. They're fenced in. But when you're out walking your dog around the block or whatever you're doing, it's just to be on a leash at all times. Not part-time, all times. And I see them all the time. What they'll do is they'll go up by a lake somewhere and they just turn the dog loose. Now listen, I like dogs. I have no problem with dogs, but that ain't what the deed restriction says. You bought here because of the rules, and then you turn around and you want to break the rules. You can say, well, it's just a lake, there's nobody living here. That ain't what the deed says. When you're in the Villages, outside the house, your pet must be on a leash at all times. Another thing I don't understand about some of these dog owners is why they seem to think they got to take them to the square every night. And I've seen them with these 50-foot long reel-in type leashes things. And the dogs are way out there in the dance floor, and this rope is stretched out across there. And I'm looking at that thinking, these people ever think that some of these older people dancing at night could trip over that rope? And if they do and hurt themselves, who's liable? I say the dog owner's liable, but I don't know that. I don't know. There's the common sense. I just don't get it. The common sense just goes out the window. And boyfriend of woman living in father's home jailed on felony battery charge. This is the lady that got her dad somehow, some way, and I don't know how this worked out. Remember, he got evicted, not evicted. She got a protection order from her dad, and he was ordered to leave the home and stay with like 500 feet away from her or something like that. So somehow she's living in his house. It's not her house, and how this happens is beyond me. She also has an 8-year-old boy living in this house full-time. Children can't live in the villages full-time. It's in the deed restriction also, but it's under developer control, so he's going to have to pursue it. But as long as there's legal action going on, my guess is he's going to back off. He's not going to do anything because he's probably going to think that somewhere in this legal system it'll take care of itself. And that's probably true. Now, her boyfriend, which is a real winner, he's been put in jail on felony battery charges. This woman has no job, no car, no future, no anything. And why she's in this house is beyond me. I mean, I'm totally lost in this whole thing, because if it was my house, there would be a whole different story here. It wouldn't be a voluntarily thing. Her butt would be out in the street. The boy, I'd call Child Protection Services. If my daughter could not take care of that boy, as much as I'd hate to do it, I would call Child Protection Services, at least give that boy half a chance to be taken care of, because this lady obviously is not the person, or her boyfriend here, to be taking care of it. Husband caught smoking marijuana during wife's treatment at local cancer center. Well, you know, down here, I got a kind of a different perspective about marijuana. There's so many older people here that has all these problems. Cancer is major, and the treatments and the pain and the stuff that goes along with that. So, believe it or not, marijuana here is probably, in our community, it's nothing really talked about all that much, but the people that I know around, and I'm not going to mention any names or anything, I can tell you that marijuana products here are more prevalent than probably what a lot of people think. I don't think it's the #1 drug of choice. I think most of the drug of choice down here is beer. But, yeah. You know, and I'll be the first to admit, I tried the gummy bears with the CDC oil, is that what they call it? Where they extract this oil for pain because of my back. And I've tried them, and they do seem to help a little. It doesn't make all the pain go away, but it does seem to help a little. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really have all that much against it. And if they want to smoke grass, I could care less. Do it at home. That's the only thing I'm saying. Don't do it driving, you know, and that kind of thing. But if you want to do it at home because you're hurting, or, you know, you got a lot of nausea from treatments or something, and it helps, I don't really know. I have nothing to say bad about it, truthfully. Let's see here. Hit and run crash leaves Bellevue bicyclist with severe arm injury. Villager's son, here we go again, jailed without bond after violating probation in golf cart DUI. Now, I don't generally pick on people or anything, but look at this guy. I don't know if you can you see that? By some chance, you got a good picture there? Does he look a little bit goofy? Huh? I'm sorry. He looks a little bit out there. If I was walking down the sidewalk and saw him coming, I'd probably step to the other side of the road. Aunt whacks nephew in the face with flask during altercation at Beer World of Beer. She gets in an argument with her nephew. The aunt has a flask. Now, if I remember right, a flask is usually a little metal container that anybody could carry in their pocket, and it has your little favorite whatever drink in there. It could be whiskey, vodka, whatever. She's at Beer World. She gets in an argument, and she smacks her nephew in the face with a flask. Let me read a little bit about that. A woman reportedly had to whack her nephew in the face with a flask during an altercation Sunday afternoon at World of Beer in the Villages. Lady Lake Police, that means it was probably World of Beer up at Spanish Springs. Seems like there's more crap that goes on in Spanish Springs than any other square. I don't know why that is, but it is. Lady Lake police officers responded at 4:10 p.m. in the parking lot behind World of Beer at Spanish Springs Square after receiving a call from the woman who had fled the scene after the attack, according to the arrest report. She said her nephew, 33-year-old Michael Joe Cantera Gonda of Lady Lake, had been pushing her and knocked her to the ground. She claimed she had to hit Gonda in the face with her flask to get him off. Gonda was arrested on charge of domestic battery. Gonda suffered an apparent gash to the bridge of his nose and was taken to Leesburg Regional Medical Center for treatment. Upon his release, he was booked at the Lake County Jail on a $2,000 bond. I don't know if you can see that gash on his nose or not. Can you see it? Can you see that little gash up there on his nose? I'll get over focus here. Good for you, Mom. She belted him one. Aunt. Woman arrested after spotted driving wrong way near Publix in the Villages. That's the Publix up at Spanish Springs. Let me see. Drunk. There's no doubt. Drunk. Let me see. My God. Scary looking. She don't even look that old. A woman was arrested after she was spotted driving the wrong way near a Publix grocery store in the Villages. Lady Lake police officer spotted the yellow 2004 Toyota at 1:37 a.m. Saturday at the Page Place intersection near Publix at La Plaza Grande. During a stop, the driver provided the police officer with a North Carolina driver's license with a different identity, according to the arrest report. She claimed she was down visiting family and driving her sister's car. It also appears she had been drinking. A rapid ID scan of the woman's fingerprints revealed she was 30-year-old Deanna Marie Hanar of Ocklawaha. She then offered the officer her Florida driver's license, which turned out to be suspended. A check revealed she had been convicted in 2011 of driving while license suspended. And here's suspension number 2. So you're being arrested. Let me show you a picture of her. Let me get this thing to focus. Ah! Yeah. Sheriff's deputy praised for helping to save wounded bald eagle on busy highway. Underage woman arrested with weed, wine after traffic crash in Wildwood. A lot of these are things that happen anywhere in the United States, but, you know, it happens around here too. Tip leads to recovery of golf cart stolen earlier this year at the Villages golf cars. Let me read that. Hope this ain't a very long one. Looks like it might be. I'll skip through it. A tip led to the recovery of a golf cart stolen earlier this year from Villages golf cart store. A manager of the Villages golf cars located at La Plaza Grande, Spanish Springs again, this week told Lady Lake police he had received a tip about the location of the 2017 Yamaha golf cart, which had been stolen this past March. The tipster also provided photos which confirmed it was the stolen golf cart. The golf cart was recovered at 35935 Breeze Lane in Fruitland Park. A man at the property claimed he purchased the golf cart in July from someone driving a large pickup pulling an enclosed trailer which carried the golf cart. The golf cart, which was confirmed by its vehicle identification number, was towed back to Villages golf cars by the American Golf Cart Association. Oh, I swear, officer, I bought that off some guy in a truck that had a trailer. I gave him $200 for it. I didn't know. A $13,000 golf cart he got for $200, and he didn't really realize. Police investigating theft of liquor after break-in at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Bellevue Eatery shut down by health inspector for second time in 3 weeks. That's Cal's place. Snowbirds, meds, hearing aids, glasses gone after theft at hotel in the Villages. That's at the La Hacienda Hotel. Somebody got ripped off. An 86-year-old snowbird reportedly over $5,000 worth of medications, hearing aids, and other items stolen from La Hacienda Hotel in the Villages. Well, unless you were dumb enough to leave your door wide open and it wasn't locked, because most hotels, you know, the door shuts right behind you and locks, then it would have to be somebody that had access to that room, probably associated with that hotel. So, ongoing investigation. Man convicted of sexually assaulting 4-year-old girl moves into the village of Pennycamp. I don't know why these people move here. I don't even know why it's allowed to have them move here, seriously, because, you know, there's a way. There's a way. And a 41-year-old, you can just say, he's not age eligible to be here, period. But the odds are he moved in with mommy and daddy. You want to bet? I don't know that. Or somebody he knows. A man convicted of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old girl. Who sexually assaults a 4-year-old girl? Think about that. Now, what sick mind do you have to do that? Has registered an address in the village of Pennycamp. Don Leslie Roberts, 41 this week, registered an address at 1935 Boxwood Terrace, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. It is a permanent address. Robert was convicted in 1998 of aggravated sexual assault of a child involving a 4-year-old girl in Texas. For the past 2 years, he has been living in Cockrell, Texas, a small city completely surrounded by Dallas. The home at which Roberts has registered here in the Villages was purchased in July for $490,000. The tax bill is sent to a couple with an address in Dublin, Ohio. So it's not his house. And some of these people will rent a house out to anybody. No background checks. They don't care about age. They don't care about nothing. All they care about is that check every month. That's all they care about. So those people I don't have no respect for whatsoever, because they have got this guy living next door to people. So now the guy that owns this house, or whoever owns this house, has no respect for his neighbors either to allow this to even be there. It wouldn't be in my house. It wouldn't happen. I'd give him a tent, tell him to go live in a woods somewhere. Lady Lake leaders to consider expansion of town's farmers market. Farmers market down here anyway is pretty popular, but I think they're pretty popular everywhere. Lake County clerk warns of fraudulent calls seeking personal information. Who would do that? You know, I'm to the point anymore that these calls, everybody knows these bogus calls anymore. So when people call you up and claim that they're from a police department and they need this information, I'm from the IRS department, I'm going to have you put in jail if you don't mail me a $5,000 check. Who would fall for that? And if you do fall for it, I'm sorry. You should know better by now. There's too much of this that goes on for you to say you did not know this. An enraged woman crashes through bank's glass door after ATM fails to give her cash. So apparently the ATM was out of money, didn't give her any cash. She got mad and drove her car through the bank's doors. What a nut. 69-year-old caretaker arrested after allegedly slapping a patient at care center. Shame on you. 69-year-old caretaker was arrested on a felony battery charge of allegedly slapping a patient across the face at Cypress Care Center in Wildwood. Shame on you. That's all I can say. Shame on you for that. Suspect sought in theft attack on employee at Winn-Dixie at Lake Sumter Landing. Sumter County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in identifying a woman who committed retail theft and battery on employee at Winn-Dixie and Lake Sumter Market Square. Senior Bowlers of America Tour returning to Fiesta Bowl in the Villages. Ex-wife and new husband arrested in attack over children's visitation on Halloween. Leesburg hosting public hearing on U.S. Highway 27 trail crossing improvement plan. I think this will be the last one, then I'm going to go on. Trial postponed in Spanish Springs beating death after outrage over co-defendant's sentence. I read that too on the, before, like a $750 fine and 6-month probation for beating some kid to death. Wow. Wow. Teen arrested after bomb threat at Wildwood Middle School. Villager ordered to stay away from booze. Well, that always works. Ordered to stay away from booze after passenger falls from the golf cart. Oh gosh. And I believe that's going to be all the news for now. I think this video's been long enough. I'm not totally done, but it'll just have to wait till another day. And then I'm going to do another video sitting right here. I'm sitting out here in the front, by the way. Just kind of looking out over the neighborhood. Really quiet today. By the way, the house catty corner across the street that I showed you that was for sale the other day, I think it sold. I saw a home inspector over there yesterday walking around. I don't know who bought it. I got a couple of emails. I'm thinking maybe one of my subscribers bought that house, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, it's sold, I believe, so that's done. These houses in the wintertime, they sell pretty quick. And I don't know that we have any more in the Hillsboro area anyway. Hillsboro is 2 different areas, by the way. Just because you see something in Hillsboro don't mean you're going to be in my Hillsboro. I'm in section 216, and I believe over yonder over there is something like section 218, and there's a golf course and I believe a lake in between us. So I'm not sure what Hillsboro that is, but we go by the Hillsboro Cranes here. That's our neighborhood logo, and I believe they're the Hillsboro Pioneers over there. So either or though, this whole area is a great area. Lake Deaton, Dunedin, Hillsboro here and Hillsboro there. I just think we're just in such a good spot right here. Everybody here. Collier also is a good spot. Pinellas is a good spot. If you're a golfer, we're just in between a lot of stuff. Golfing and rec centers and grocery stores and shopping. The square is only about a 5 or 6 minute golf cart ride away, but yet we're far enough away from the neighborhood rec centers and stuff where I don't sit and listen to that pickleball noise all day long. I'm not bad-mouthing pickleball. I just don't want to listen to the noise all day long. And we're just far enough away from it that I don't hear it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and do my other video on the question and answers. There's a few interesting ones and for next Wednesday. And I'm going to do something a little different, I think, for next Wednesday. I'm going to get all you guys involved in one of them. Your input's going to be important. So I'll see you guys on Friday. That's when I'm going to post this. I got to get ready for beer day today. Nice day today. A little hot. I'm sitting out here kind of sweating. It's like in the 80s, I think. Not complaining, because I know what it's like up north. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys on the other side.